I do want to segue into probably something that's going to be interesting for the weeks to come after. Obviously, when the playoffs end, the work begins again. You get a little time, a little layoff. No Olympics, so we don't have to worry about that. But teams are going to get on the phone. Begin the courting process. Get on the phone, talk to whoever they need to. But Keion, over this summer, this off season, I see a lot of teams. They got to be like EPMD and be about strictly business because it's going to get pretty hectic in the future. What do you think?
For a lot of teams, it's going to be tough this free agency. Excuse me, but there's not a lot of players coming out which are going to be strictly straight all-star material coming out. I mean, you have Josh Smith coming from the Atlanta Hawks, which they really haven't said that he's going to be a big all star or not. You have Dwight Howard. Chris Paul is a free agent, but to me, I feel like he's going back to the Clippers. Ray Allen coming out. You have Monte Ellis, which is probably going to be big, but probably going to re-sign back with the Bucks. J.R. Smith, Kevin Martin, I feel like is going to be a big one, but not really a big, huge, all-star lineup for this new free agency.
Yeah, you probably won't have like the summer of, what was it, 2010, where you have all these free agents kind of picking where they want to go. You're not going to have that. But I do think you're going to have a lot of teams who are salary cap straddled, if that's even a term, because some of those teams have signed players from that illustrious class of, summer of 2010. So, they got to figure out, who gets what, who's getting where. I look at the Miami, for example. I see they're a team that is they're still playing, but the problem is some of those guys want where their money is, and I see LeBron is mostly could be a max guy. Bosh would probably get his money, but I'm sorry. I look at Mr. Wade, Mr. Flash, and from what I've been seeing, it's nothing, no shot against him, but I wouldn't feel comfortable giving him a max deal. If he's the guy that might have to take a pay cut, he brought everybody here to Miami. It would have to be him. We'll see how that shakes out, but I just don't feel comfortable giving him the max deal.
See, I have a theory about that. See, with me, I believe that with Dwayne Wade, since I've brought them in, I feel like you should give me more money. If it wasn't for me, you would not have Bosh and LeBron. Without me, you wouldn't have had your first ring back in, when was that, 2006? Without me, Pat Riley would probably still be coaching this team worried about what's going to happen. So I really feel like Dwayne Wade would actually get more of that pay cut more than LeBron and Bosh. I'm going to say over Bosh, but it's questionable about him and LeBron. I feel like if you are the reason why this team is together, you would get more money.
Yeah, but am I paying him for what you've done, or what are you going to do? See, I feel like, now we're getting, see, this is the problem. When you're making business deals, you got to throw loyalty. You got to be bottom line. And I look at, something, is he going to play first? I don't know, but I don't foresee, unless they bring in somebody else or they give someone else some money, I think D-Wade is smart enough, and I think he understands that, listen, if you don't give me the max money, maybe another incentive, maybe I have a front office job, alongside Alonzo Mourning, some kind of compensation or whatever, but I just don't think him getting, and I understand if anybody has leverage or equity as to who's getting more money, it's Mr. Dwayne Wade. But at the same time, dude's not right. Something's, I don't know if it's knee. Do we have to bicentennial man attached to go to Germany, the platelet doctors? But I don't see, I really don't. They may have to bring in somebody else. I don't know, but we'll see. But another team I did want to mention was a couple teams rather. I think the Knicks are in I don't know what to call it. It's just what it is. It's a weird situation.
What do you mean you don't know what to call it?
Look at the West Coast.
Shambles, horrible, sending people to the old folks home. How about the fact that I only have two restricted free agents in Chris Copeland and Prigioni, but I'm probably gonna keep Marcus Camby in them because we
For
believe.
what? For what?
I don't know what the Knicks are thinking. I don't know what they were thinking hiring people over 35, like 8 of them on the team in the first place. So we can say Chris is coming back. Chris Copeland did pretty good in the last part of the season. So they're probably gonna keep him. I would bring back Raymond Felton. Other than that, I mean, oh god, their salary cap is stump. Should they even have a team next year? Is what I'm thinking if that was possible.
Yeah, I mean, if you could blow it up and start over. Listen, I think in the East, they're married to Carmelo, so Carmelo, you're not moving. You're not moving Amari's contract. That's bad luggage. No one's going to take that on. So, could you trade J.R. Smith? Yeah, you probably could. You could actually. I think even though he did himself no favors in the playoffs by, his off-court stuff, you can look that up yourself. He did no favors, but he owned his baggage. I can sell that to a GM. But probably my two, attractive pieces are Tyson Chandler and Iman Shumpert. Well, if I trade Tyson, that's my anchor down low. If I trade Iman, that's my one guy that can guard the perimeter. And no disrespect to Jason Kidd, I don't want to see him running to collapse on a shooter. I want him on once he gets, everything squared away. But I think they have a lot of issues. And, I don't know, and maybe they wanted to party like it's 1999. But I don't know to this day. They signed all the old guys. It's, maybe them and the Yankees took a page out of the same playbook. I have no idea. But they've got huge issues